message to you. I'm scratching.
Oh, I'm like, what the hell's that noise?
I got Matt looking all right.
I keep looking around. You knew you were doing that.
I'm still loopy because I was up too late last night watching all the
Loopy,
shenanigans.
I'm about ready to fall asleep.
He's keeping you awake.
Him.
That's what I'm doing. If I had some popcorn, I could throw it at you.
If you had some popcorn, I'd think we were back in McNamara Day. Remember that, Jenny?
I do.
I gotta watch what you're saying. Grace is about to turn them.
So we've been recording this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
I used to do that.
Lobsters and. Come
Like
on,
Disney
Grace.
movies.
Give us a heads up here.
I used to do that.
Okay, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
You tell me later.
Okay.
What's the date? Oh. Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Borough Council meeting for November 6th, 2024. If you could rise and say the pledge and remain standing for a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Grace?
Here.
Mr. Lister,
Here?
Ms. Reed,
Here.
Ms. Willenbecker. Mrs. Miller,
Here.
and Ms. Lloyd and Mr. Ringinger are not here.
I would like to report on our last executive session. We discussed matters of litigation and real estate, and there was no action taken. Now's the time of public comment on agenda items only. Seeing no one, we'll move on. Item number 1.
Do I have a motion to approve council meeting minutes for the October 15th, 2024 meeting as submitted?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilor Kluskevich, second by Councilor Reed. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 2.
Do I have a motion to approve payment of bills as shown on the accounts payable list dated October 31, 2024, which is for the period of October 11, 2024 through October 31, 2024, and to ratify approval of such bills already paid and to authorize the appropriate officials to make the required take the required actions and make the required payments.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilor Kluskevich, a second by Councilor Reed. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 3.
Do I have a motion to authorize the council president to sign the bill of sale, otherwise known as the deed of dedication, for water and sewer lines within the portion of Sage Boulevard, Magnolia Drive, Foxglove Drive, and Treetop Lane in Woodland Hills, Phase 4, 6A, and 10A, contingent upon passage of appropriate ordinances for this project.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilor Kluskevich, second by Councilor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 4.
Do I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-1414 for the street dedication of Sage Boulevard, Magnolia Drive, Foxglove Drive, and Treetop Lane in Woodland Hills, phases 4, 6A, and 10A?
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
And just a reminder, maybe for Grace, that we need to then file this with the courthouse for they have the road docket. So if you want me to do that, I can do that, but I'll forget unless you. And then also, as Matt's aware, by next September, we'll have to add it to the liquid fuels map, but unfortunately, it's not gonna be for a while here.
Item number 5.
Okay, do I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-1415 and to approve the bill of sale for the acceptance of sewer lines within the portion of Sage Boulevard, Magnolia Drive, Foxglove Drive, and Treetop Lane in Woodland Hills, phase 4, 6A, and 10A?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? Seeing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 6.
Do I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-1416 and approve the bill of sale for the acceptance of water lines within the portion of Sage Boulevard, Magnolia Drive, Foxglove Drive, and Treetop Lane in Woodland Hills, phases 4, 6A, and 10A?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 7.
Do I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-1417 for the stop sign intersections of Sage Boulevard, Magnolia Drive, Foxglove Drive, and Treetop Lane in Woodland Hills, phases 4, 6A, and 10A?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 8.
Do I have a motion to approve the partial release of mortgage of HT Partners LLC for parcel ID 42-042-001, which is for the streets Sage Boulevard, parcel A and H, Woodland Avenue, parcel B, Magnolia Drive, parcel C, Foxglove Drive, parcels E and F, Bamboo Way, parcel C, and Treetop Lane, parcel G?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Reed, second by Counselor Lister. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes.
Let me just clarify something there, that, although we did a motion, that's fine. When they do a partial release of mortgage, we don't actually have to do an action. It's more informational in that we won't accept the deed unless they have their bank release the mortgage. So it's already released, even if we didn't take any action.
Okay, thank you.
Item number 9.
Do I have a motion to approve HT Partners LLC Maintenance Letter of Credit, STB 1058, for Woodland Hills Phase 6A and 10A in the amount of $169,250 to expire on May 7th, 2026?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Lister, second by Counselor Kluskevich. Is there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 10.
Do I have a motion to approve the reduction of HT Partners LLC Letter of Credit, STB 588, for phases 4, 5, and 7 to leave a balance of $673,998?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Item number 11.
Do I have a motion to approve the special request from Middletown Area Historical Society to hold the 4th Annual Frosty 5K Run Walk on December 7th, 2024 at Hopper Park from 7 a.m. to approximately 11 a.m.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? Seeing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Grace, I'm abstaining. Motion passes. Item number 12.
Do I have a motion to approve the special request from Mara to hold an Earth Day event in conjunction with St. Peter's with crafts, games, activities, and food trucks at Hopper Park on April 26, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Is there any discussion? Seeing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 13.
Okay, this is a handicap parking request. Do I have a motion to grant an unreserved handicap parking space at 113 Fisher Avenue, subject to annual renewal as put forth in Ordinance 1354?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Is there any discussion?
Are they allowed to be this close together?
Ken?
Is what allowed to be this close together?
The parking spaces, are they allowed to be this close together, or are they?
Yeah, they're like back to back, or,
Yeah.
You mean the handicap spots?
Yeah.
The ordinance only says it limits it to 2 in a block. It doesn't give you a distance in between.
Okay. Just,
so, any other questions? Seeing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 14.
Okay, we have several motions, quite a few motions, under item number 14, so we'll take them one at a time, and I'll let you know when I'm done with the motions. Okay, the first one is funds transfer to OPEB. Do I have a motion to approve the transfer of $635,000 from U.S. Bank OPEB fund to our pooled cash for retiree health benefits?
So moved.
second.
I have a motion from Counselor Kluskevich, second from Counselor Reed. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, the next transfer is, do I have a motion to approve the transfer of $525,000 in lieu of taxes from the electric fund to the general fund as per the 2024 budget?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the transfer of $188,900 from our Pliget Liquid Fuels Fund account to reimburse pooled cash for the approved items as per the 2024 approved budget?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Do I have a motion to approve the transfer of $32,000 in cell tower revenue to the police sinking fund to pay for vehicle leases?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Do I have a motion to approve the transfer of $630,000 from the water and sewer fund to pooled cash as per the 2024 budget?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Do I have a motion to approve the transfer from the electric fund to the electric sinking fund in the amount of $150,000 for electric capital purchases?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Do I have a motion to approve the transfer from the electric fund to electric sinking fund in the amount of $662,752.16 to cover expenses related to the Spruce Street substation project?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Do I have a motion to approve the transfer from the substation bond 2023 fund to the substation expense fund 17 in the amount of $4,500,000 to cover expenses spent in 2024 from the 2023 bond for the substation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Do I have a motion to authorize the carryover of Elks funds in the amount of $87,802 for the approved expenses, dirt fill and the pool master site plan and Diamond Tex product that's in the 2024 budget, moved it to the 2025 budget?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
The next one is reauthorization of rescue funds. Do I have a motion to authorize the carryover of American Rescue Funds in the amount of $349,199.53 for approved expenses in information technology, MS4 fees, and Overdeer Park from the 2024 budget into the 2025 budget?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, the actual year-end reauthorizations, the two of us that are under item 14, so now we're gonna move to item 15. And I'm looking for a motion to ratify the rollover of $2.5 million to a fixed treasury security investment with PedsLab that's PSDLAF, for 1 year at an estimated interest rate of 4.02%.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
The next one is agenda item number 16, resolution 2024-23. Do I have a motion to adopt resolution 2024-23, approving the disposition of records as provided on Exhibit A?
So moved.
Second.
Have a
Can
motion?
I interject something just to double check, because it just came up in another municipality. We have some employment applications and personnel records, and that makes sense as long as they're not for folks that are still currently employed. So I'm assuming these are all,
Yeah, we checked.
okay, all right, I just want to make sure.
For the reminder, though. Yeah, Grace was on top of that one.
Yeah. Because it always reads the same way, and somewhere else, somebody was about to,
Read all, yeah.
trash stuff for current employees
Yeah.
because it was within a date range, so, okay, great.
I have a motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Item number 17.
Do I have a motion to approve the Susquehanna Street Trail Concept Project as presented to allow design refinement and finalization in order to begin identifying funding sources?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Lister, second by Counselor Reed. Any discussion?
And in that discussion, I will say that it's tied into this motion, but we got some last-minute information. I sent all the counselors an email
Mm-hmm.
about the CFA funding, local share funding, That's due at the end of the month. And it's a, zero match, grant, program. So if we can get our engineers to pull this off for this particular concept that you just approved, we'll be back at the workshop with an agenda item for you to consider moving forward with that grant application for that part.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Number 18.
Do I have a motion to adopt the civil service eligibility list as approved by the Civil Service Commission?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Counselor Reed, second by Counselor Lister. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 19.
Do I have a motion to approve payment number 2 to Hayden Power Group, invoice number 07502, in the amount of $346,770 as recommended by Cooper Engineering for construction work at the Spruce Street substation.
Second.
A motion by Counselor Reed, second by Counselor Lister. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 20.
Do I have a motion to direct the Highway and Property Superintendent to purchase 66 green pole banner arms from Dolphin Electric in the amount of $19,470 as per quote number Q1106925?
So moved.
Second.
Let me just ask something to make sure, and we probably talked about this at the work session, forgive me. Since we're in the 12,600 to 23,200 range, did we actually do this as, did we get telephone quotes or written quotes from three vendors?
I have a secondary quote from another vendor. I can check with Dolphin and make sure that they're CoStars.
I was gonna say, or if it's CoStars.
Yeah, and these are also an existing pole, our utility pole that matches that specific.
No, so it may even be that we have a reason why we can't get three, but we ought to document
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So maybe we could,
If
it
it's
could
a-
be contingent upon,
Yeah.
approved contingent upon verifying that either they're CoStars or we meet the,
Right.
requirements. And it could be a one-off where, you know, if this is equipment specifically goes with these, you know, the,
We got that motion out there with a motion and second. Is everybody okay if we amend it by saying, provided that we meet the state
procurement requirements, that we confirm we meet the state procurement.
Yep.
You're okay with that?
Yep.
Did Ellen say something?
Yes.
That sounds good.
Oh, okay. Okay, I have a motion from Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Reed. Is there any further?
It's an amended motion.
Well, okay, I have an amended motion from Counselor Kluskevich. A second by Counselor Reed. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Are we
Item number 21.
doing?
Those we could not get a sample of. Matt, maybe next meeting?
Next meeting what? Maybe a sample for next meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
are there?
And the banners are not ready to bring in. That's probably gonna be next meeting as well.
Okay.
The last item is a discussion item that came to our attention recently from Dolphin County. It is a, America 250 year celebration. Dolphin County is planning a celebration. I think the birth of our nation is 250 years old in 2026, I believe. So they're planning a special event. And they want to know, they're taking a survey right now that they'd like to have that survey back by the end of this week, if we were planning anything. So what I wanted to do is get this on the agenda, just have a short discussion with you. It's an easy survey if you want to take a look at it while we're here. And see if council thinks, number one, are we planning any local, America 250 events or initiatives or projects? Are they already planned or in the planning stages? That would be no. The next question is, if no, are we interested in planning an event? So that's a question for you folks. Are we interested in planning an event?
Did they say what they're doing or what they're looking?
They didn't yet.
I mean, the fact that we're the oldest town and,
Yeah.
you know, we ought to see if they would do the county thing here.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, actually, the Middletown Resolve is older than the
the declaration.
Declaration of
Yeah.
Independence. I think it was the year prior.
It
I
was,
think it was a whole
1774.
2 years prior then. So, we missed our opportunity this
Dang
year. But I was thinking it was 1
We
year.
did do resolves at the craft fair.
Okay, that's right.
Well, the craft fair in 1976 was the Middletown Borough celebration.
It was,
Yes.
it's when it originated.
So one of the things on there that we can do that doesn't cost anything, we can do it like an upcoming meeting. If we want to pass a resolution, that's in your packet too, if you want to look at that. Oh, that's the survey, where's my resolution? Oh, here it is on the back.
Yeah.
It's simply a resolution, Middletown Borough, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, supporting the Pennsylvania Commission for the United States Semi-Quincentennial, America 250 PA, whereas the Pennsylvania Legislature and Governor created America 250 PA in 2018 to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the United States and Pennsylvania's integral role in the event and the role of its people on the nation's past, present, and future. Whereas America 250 hopes to engage all Pennsylvanians in all 67 counties through their many signature and officially recognized programs, projects, and events over the next several years by inspiring future leaders and celebrating all Pennsylvanians' contributions to the nation over the last 250 years. Whereas by adoption of America's 254 pillars of ethic, we hope to educate, preserve, innovate, and celebrate. Now, therefore, be it resolved and hereby resolved that the Borough of Middletown hereby endorses America 250 and their mission to educate, preserve, innovate, celebrate every Pennsylvanian in every county. It's further resolved that a copy of this resolution will be sent to Dauphin County. So if you want to do that, we could do that. It's showing our support for what they're going to do and plan. And we can, if you want, we can just put that on the agenda for the next
Okay.
meeting to approve.
Sounds good to me.
And then in the meantime, you could just think about, I mean, I'll fill out this survey.
Yeah, we
It says
should do something.
We don't have anything planned yet, but we're going to adopt the resolution. This is, if Dauphin County opened a small America 250 grant program of $2,500 to $5,000 to support local events and celebrations, would your municipality be interested in applying for that?
Sure.
So, I don't know, maybe you just have some celebration event at some historic place somewhere, or park, or buildings, and have some ceremony with something for the public,
Alright.
kinda like we did with, who knows, whether you want to do food trucks, or balloons, and all kind, whatever you wanna do.
Todd, do you think the fire company would be interested in participating if we did something?
There you go. That would be a great
Yeah, I
thing.
think it'd be fun. We could get, maybe we get another couple nonprofits that would wanna,
Do something.
Do an open house at your historic society.
mhm.
Maybe see if some of those old houses, you know, if somebody would wanna do, you
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
like they do in Harrisburg, those open houses. And
Show 'em where George Washington slept.
there's some great houses.
Well, you could do
They say he did, but,
where George's house.
George Fisher,
Yeah,
George Fry.
George Fisher.
I wonder if the old church, if they'd allow an
Church?
open house.
Yeah, we
it's a
could,
Beautiful place there. I've never been in it, but
oh, it's gorgeous.
I would think so.
You could
Wouldn't
have
mind
a
seeing it.
Sunday service there.
You know, we have plenty of time to plan.
Yep.
I'll answer the survey.
Okay.
Come
Thank you.
We'll put
Yeah.
the resolution on your meeting agenda sometime.
Okay. All right. Now is the time of general public comment.
Good evening, Todd Webb, 735 Dietrich Avenue, also the Vice President of the Middletown Volunteer Fire Department. So, I prepared some stuff tonight to say thank you for everything that went with the budget process. I think it's very important, and I want to highlight a few things. First, let me say that we actually, at the fire department yesterday, sold out of our chicken corn soup, sold out of the pork barbecue, and apple dumplings yesterday. Do any of you remember, or was it just me, old towns that used to, like, gauge how successful the fire department, how good it was, or how many people came to vote by, well, our fire department sold out. Well, we had to go over here because they sold out. Like, that's the kind of stuff that we want to see. And we got more this year, knowing that it's going to be a big election. I also believe it's important to say thank you. I'm here tonight to say thank you to both the mayor and council. Thank you for passing the budget for the Middletown Volunteer Fire Department that includes the funds from Royalton. Mayor Curry, thank you for not vetoing the budget. Obviously, I would love for him to be here tonight, for him to hear that. As in our conversations that we had, we knew the budget was going to be passed. We, the MVFD, could simply just be satisfied with that. But we have a community attitude, and we didn't want to be a part of a vetoed budget because of funding for the volunteer fire department. For that, we are thankful. We also plan on attending a Royalton Borough Council meeting to say thank you as well. As you can see, I'm here alone tonight. Jim Whelan and Chief Whitebread got the night off. As you all know, they've been a fixture here at Borough Council meetings for a long time, but tonight's my turn. Also, Chief Whitebread, I told the chief what I was going to say, and he didn't want to be in attendance for what I'm about to say. I watched the interaction at the October 15th council meeting. I have some concerns and had certain feelings regarding that. I'm not here to justify actions by anyone, but simply to provide some perspective. I also do not wish to be viewed as a hero for coming here and saying the words that I'm saying. I'm just a lifelong resident and an officer of the MVFD and love the community. On October 10th, our community had a significant fire on Few Avenue, the most significant we've had in a while. The fire displaced a family, but ultimately the fire went out in 18 minutes. 2 days later, on October 12th, I received a text from Chief Whitebread at 8:05 a.m. I was walking my dog. That text read, "Bad morning, homie. We just worked a 2-month-old in cardiac arrest." CISM is on their way to meet us at the firehouse. So CISM is an acronym for Critical Incident Stress Management Team. When a traumatic event such as this occurs, those members involved get to talk about their feelings and what they've experienced. Did you have that back in the day, Clue? We went back to the kitchen, didn't we? Yeah. I can tell you that after 32 years in the fire department, you see a lot of bad stuff. That bad stuff never goes away. It fades, but it's always there. Am I right?
That's a fact.
So I called Chief Whitebread. I said, "Are you all right?" I could tell that something was off, something wasn't right. I've known Kenny for 25 years. Something wasn't right. He explained what happened with the baby. Ultimately, it didn't work. But Kenny wasn't worried about himself, wasn't worried about what he had to experience. He was worried about the 4 members that responded with him. They were green guys, fairly, pretty new to the department. Kenny was only worried about their mental health, hence why the CISM team was at the firehouse when they all got back from the hospital. I say all of them because Kenny and another member who's an EMT rode along in the ambulance to assist the paramedic and the EMT to save the baby. The rest of the crew escorted the ambulance to the hospital so they could all come home together. 3 days later, on October 25th, Chief Whitebread felt the need to defend his department yet again. As I said earlier, I'm not here to justify actions, but to provide a perspective. Chief Whitebread is on the heels of a major fire that he was responsible for, and all the members on the scene. 2 days later, he had to change focus for a dead infant and take care of his members that were with him. Then he got into it at the next council meeting with the mayor. He's human. He did way better than I could have done. But isn't that what you want from your fire chief? Isn't that what you want from your department? Undying and selfless actions for the betterment of the community and the mental health of his members. I began by saying thank you, and I want to end by saying thank you. The increase for our operating budget for 2025 means a lot. By year's end, we will have used almost $40,000 in fire department funds to make up the difference from the borough operating budget. This is not sustainable. If the trend continues, the MVFD will be out of its own money by 2028 or 2029, including what revenue we raise till then. We're working on more fundraisers for 2025, including online raffles, which I'd like to have launched before Christmas, and do a $500 gift card, because who couldn't use $500 at Christmas? Some of you may also remember the dinners that various churches used to have in town that were very popular. We'd like to revive that of sort. Every month there will be an MVFD night at a restaurant in Middletown. We currently have 10, and we'll have the full year announced later in December. That helps the MVFD, and it also helps that restaurant. That helps our community. The biggest fundraiser we do every year isn't recognized, but it's defined by one word: volunteer. If this community didn't have the amount and quality of volunteers that it has, the cost to this community could be upwards of $1 million for paid personnel. A municipality in Dauphin County is going through that very situation right now. They don't have enough volunteers and are faced with hiring paid personnel at a significant cost. Please don't forget that. In closing, thank you for increasing our operating budget, and I look forward to finding creative ways to fundraise with the Borough Council and find a way to create a capital improvement program for the fire department with the borough. But most of all, we will continue to protect our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd.
Todd, before you go, you talked about.
This was only supposed to be my comments.
I know.
But go ahead, because I'm representing the firehouse. Go ahead.
You talked, I know we're not supposed to do cross-talking, but you said before that you were going to do a block party.
Yes, when is the 250 thing? That's in 2026, right? So we can preempt it and start some next year. We had talked about doing a block party in conjunction with a cash raffle the same day, shutting down a street, bringing in businesses, or actually restaurants, or anybody that wants to have some sort of a cook-off, whether we want to be chili, wings, cheesesteaks, I don't care, pick something. But I want, the key is I want the prize money to be significant enough that it's going to attract people and you can grow this event quickly. If you give people $100 for first place, they have more invested in that and the food that they're preparing. If you give them $1,000, you get a lot more people to show up. So I may come to you and say, find me $2,000 that I can give away as prize money, so it doesn't have to come out of our profit.
Could you do this in September ahead of your smoker, or
Too close.
No,
is it too close?
that's going to give me a heart attack. No, that's too close. We want to do something in the spring, so that we'll do 2 major events a year. I just need the time in between to do those. And we're going to need other background help. We talked about this before. Angie Lloyd volunteered to find out from the Liquor Control Board how we can sell beer outside and what our one-day liquor license that's going to entail, what we're going to have to do as far as, or maybe the borough solicitor would be kind enough to help us with stuff like that. Questions that we have. We're also working on our contract for our the AC system at the firehouse. Representative Mahaffey was nice enough to give us enough money so that's paid for. We don't have to worry about that. We just have to get it done. And then we have to redo our rental agreement and have that looked at by an attorney to make sure that if we're gonna open our hall again, that we don't have the problems that we had. So,
I still.
but we can absolutely do one of those, I just need to help. I'll have the manpower there that day, I guarantee that, but it's all of the background stuff that I'm gonna need help with. So I probably sometime soon, I'll send an email, to the Madam President, and she can distribute as she sees fit or assign anybody that would like to participate and help and be on a committee, and we can sit and have a couple meetings and lay the framework on what we wanna do for this. I don't want this to be a fire department event, I want this to be a fire department sponsored event that's a community event. Counselor Willenbecker and I talked about this before. She wants to see a community event in the spring. We'll do that.
I still say you ought to have a wine tasting with this.
If we could do wine, you're in charge of the wine.
Can we do that?
I don't know, we'll have to look.
Would you do that,
Yeah, we
please?
can look.
But I wanna try and maximize the amount of fundraisers we do that doesn't impact our firefighters that are getting on the rigs and going to calls. The single dads that have 2 kids that are still keeping up with training and run fire calls, the parents that work 2 or 3 jobs and are still getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go on a fire call, the guys that work 12, 14 hours every day and still get up at fire calls, I don't wanna have them to do fundraisers. We have enough old people, they'll show up for a one-day thing and they'll do a little bit of background stuff, they will. But I don't want those guys to have to do this stuff. That's what us old guys are for. Good, thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment? Seeing none, we will be adjourning and going to executive session. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Kuskevich, second by Counselor Lister. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Meeting is adjourned.